Man, we are back and black. What is going on? Shout out to everybody out there at the Court Plantation doing what you need to do to survive. Shout out to everybody in Vegas being safe, handling business, all my siblings, everybody in Vegas. Shout out to the homegirl Erica, Florida, aka Florida. Shout out to the homegirl Shawnee. Philly's definitely in the building. Shout out to my brother James Youngblood. Texas is in the building, and definitely shout out to my brother Dave for No Compromise. Joe's in the building. Yeah, David, man, I gotta start watching. David James, I gotta start watching college basketball and shit, cause basketball just ain't cutting it. Man, too many plane crashes, man. Let's get into it. Let's talk, man. Let's have a serious conversation now. This is, I'm just going to give my firm belief, David, James, Tasha, everybody that's out there, I'm going to give I believe this is happening because of Trump winning. So I'm going to put my tinfoil kufi hat on and get philosophical, I guess, but follow me. I've never seen this many planes fly, this malfunctioning happening this close back to back. And I believe these are concerted efforts to make this administration look bad. Y'all can say whatever y'all want. Democrats can say whatever they want. That's just how I feel about it. I feel like Trump is making moves. He's making moves in the right direction for the country. And all of a sudden, here come all these planes that have never malfunctioned like this. First, you had the Black Hawk and that plane crash. And I'm like, wait, that doesn't sound... But first of all, U.S. military services is way too sophisticated and way too fundamentally sound for that to be happening. And that was not no one-off. That's just what I really believe. I really believe this is a concerted effort to make this administration look bad by creating these type of scenarios where these planes are malfunctioning. Because did y'all see that plane? Man, the ancestors was on their side. That plane flipped over. That's not funny, man. That's very dangerous. And somebody was video recording. Thank God for the people that was video recorded. That plane was upside down. And everybody hurried up. I would have been the first motherfucker up out of there. You better open these goddamn doors. I mean, onto the tarmac, that's ice. Thank God that it was ice. But how are these things happening is the question. I think Mr. Trump needs to take a look into this. I'm telling you, no, this isn't Warren, you on your self-righteous. Nah. Ain't no equipment supposed to be making mistakes like that. It malfunctioning that way. Nah, these are planes. This is not cars. This is not the Tesla. These are planes. And for that plane to land like that, right? And then all of a sudden the gear mess up and then it flipped. That plane flipped upside down. So I'm very grateful that everybody survived. Everybody was able to walk away unscathed. I do feel bad for the people on that plane because now they're going to have that traumatic situation and they're never going to be the same. This is what I mean by don't go at another administration at the risk of the American people. I don't like that at all. Nothing should be malfunctioning. Well, Warren, things sometimes malfunction. Okay, but now when it comes to no damn planes, let me tell you something. I've been on this earth a pretty long while. David, James, Youngblood, Erica, Shawnee. Growing up, that didn't happen. David, James, all y'all, Tasha, whoever listening, leave a comment. Growing up, that didn't happen. I'm going to say it one more time. Growing up, it wasn't just malfunctioning like that. Oh, it was a malfunction. So what happened? Oh, the plane just landed incorrectly and blew up and flipped upside down and everybody was able to make... Nah. Sorry. We don't believe you. You need more people. Sorry. And it's time. The playtime is out. Stop playing games with people's lives. That was very dangerous. And that really caught my attention because I was like, wait, hold on. Then I started thinking about 70s, 80s, 90s. You didn't hear that. It wasn't normalized. They are normalizing these instances, and I'm not feeling it. When that boat crashed into the Francis Scott Keys Bridge, I was like, no, that just doesn't happen. And then all those people just drove into the water and it's icy. Nah. So I don't like bridges today. It's like, nah, come on. Now y'all starting to mess with the airplanes. Nah. Y'all doing way too much. Way too much. And I think a lot of this is a concerted effort because a lot of people are not happy with the Trump administration and what it believes in and the belief systems behind that and what they are trying to do. Like one thing, hey, we're going to take away all this federal funding because we know there's a lot of illegal immigrants on this federal funding. So we'll just squeeze the life out of y'all financially. As they should. You don't deserve those fundings. So I get what's going on. And y'all notice within this administration, they're not putting policies together that go out of their way to harm foundational Black Americans. Haven't y'all noticed that? But everybody trying to get y'all to agree that he raised. We already know he racist, but the policies is what we need. So when I start looking at these planes, I'm like, nah. That looks like, nah, that's not no malfunctioning. Nah. Stop. And when planes crash like that, they need to land as many planes as they can, start from scratch. Don't just keep flying. We don't know what the fuck is going on. Nah. No. Stop. I'm James Youngblood, Dave from Uncompromised. I'm calling them out now. Y'all tell me if I'm wrong. I'm calling on the ancestors to not only protect us, but seek and destroy anyone that has had this type of energy to play with people's lives. You don't do that to prove some point because you mad at another administration. You're like, Warren, how do you know that's happening? That just doesn't make sense. Like I said, 70s, 80s, and 90s, that was not happening. You didn't just wake up and be like, hey, did you hear that such and such plane crash? No. Because what have we been taught? David, James, Tasha, Shawnee, Erica, any new listeners? Traveling by plane is the safest way to get there. Right? Instead of driving or taking the Greyhound or taking a train. So why all of a sudden this is happening at the expense of the American people? What do y'all think it is? As Nelly Fuller Jr. says, when you see two white supremacists arguing, having a disagreement, you don't choose a side. Unless they're trying to replace the system of racism and white supremacy and establish a system of justice. R.I.P. to Nelly Fuller Jr. When I saw that on YouTube, at first, I'm gonna keep it a buck. When I saw it, because it came across my feed, I thought it was fake. I thought it was CGI. I thought it was a movie they were promoting. Because some people, they'll do that. And then when I went and did the research, I'm like, see, this shit really happened? I just said, oh my God. I said, see, this is some bullshit. Because now all those people that were on that plane, they're going to need therapy. They're going to need guidance. They're going to need family to really reach out to them and understand that that was a very traumatic situation. We might look at them as heroes because they survived that shit. That plane was probably going 100 miles an hour. And it was flipped upside down. Those people were able to get out of that plane, man. Come on. And they up there talking about, oh, well, the equipment malfunction. Well, looks like everybody on that plane needs to get an attorney and sue Delta. Oh, your shit malfunctions? Well, guess what? My lawyer's going to prove not only that it was a malfunction, that pain and distress. Those people shouldn't be going back to work. Those people shouldn't be trying to play nothing but get an attorney right now, do a news conference, and hold these people accountable. Because you say, Warren, why are you tripping like this? Because there was a documentary on Netflix about the Boeing plane and how there were whistleblowers telling their supervisors and directors and VPs that, hey, man, this equipment is going to malfunction. And we're not building these planes, the correct way. And these planes are going to malfunction. And then when that plane malfunctioned and killed all those people, they put that CEO up there and he up there talking about, oh, well, we working on that. Go look it up. Oh, well, we working on it. Well, what are you working on? Then Congress had to tell them, well, what the fuck you working on? Because why is this happening? And how much do you make in salary? Then he didn't want to disclose that. Let me tell you something. When the dominant society at the lower level that are not making as much money, and they're just a worker bee like the foundational Black American, when those dominant society people finally wake up, and one day they will, when they start waking up, oh, it's going to be a real problem. Watch, you'll see. Because there's going to be a time where the dominant society going to be like, hey man, something ain't right. What y'all doing? Y'all playing way too many games. No plane malfunctions like that, just flips upside down. Now what kind of shit is that? And what type of equipment was it? Is y'all planes working on Windows 95? Or Windows 2000 or some shit like that? No, that's not nothing to play with. I didn't appreciate that. I was not happy about that shit. I'm gonna keep that shit real, y'all. I was like, man, Y'all now you wanna play with the planes? Nah. And you know it ain't nobody but a dominant society motherfucker behind that shit. You know they don't let us get close to doing no shit like that. They been done took your license before you got it as a pilot. You think you finna tear some shit up, but they'll tear it up all day long. Matter of fact, a lot of these pilots be drunk and on pills. And they need to start doing random audits, random not drug tests, random audits of, oh, we're gonna make you get behind a plane simulator before you get on this plane and start flying. Well, why? I already did my hours. Well, we just want to see what you're gonna do anyway. This is our random audit team. What'd you have for breakfast? How was your day? You like, Warren, why would you do that? Because you are in charge of the American people getting safe travel to and from. What you mean? I remember when I rode the Greyhound bus from Vegas, when I used to live in Cali, long time ago, eons ago, I wouldn't go to sleep. I'm up all night, just like the motherfucker that's driving the bus. Right? Why? Because we don't know if this is a regular Greyhound bus driver or Freddy Krueger is behind the wheel. So, no. Shit. I remember when I got on the plane, I was like, I remember the last time I got on a plane when I was flying to Vegas. And I remember they were having plane delays, right? And I knew they were having plane delays because I was like, you can tell when the engine is on. You can tell when they hitting the gas on the engine and when they're not, because I sat by the engine. And I just was like, damn, what the fuck is he doing? So then we come into Vegas, right? And when we come to Vegas, I noticed the engine ain't on. We just, kind of hang glide. The first thing I said was, this motherfucker. I was like, man. And I didn't say nothing. I just relaxed. And the one thing I did was I just reached out to the ancestors. I'm not going to lie. I reached out to ancestors. Ancestors, take control. Not Jesus take the wheel. Ancestors, take over this wheel. Or I'm going to be on the news. Because I've been done kick that damn door and learn how to fly that damn plane. Don't play with me. Up there hang gliding. No, nigga. And I'll never forget it. Because the wind was so fucked up. And I just was like, all right, ancestors. Like, come on now. And then ancestors, he was able to make a really smooth landing. Really smooth. Man, people were scared on there. I'll never forget the people was clapping when we hit the ground. Because that wind was so fucked up. And I said, and then I started thinking when I got off the plane, like, technology is so great. Like, we need to get on top of that as pilots, as aircraft builders. And we got to start giving them more props, but we got to start holding these plane manufacturers accountable. Why did that equipment do that? Where these people were upside down. They didn't pay for that. They paid for safe travel. So if I was those people, I'd get an attorney. Sorry, nope. You're not finna be crashing the plane and making me flip upside down. I gotta help you get off the plane and all this other bullshit because the equipment malfunction. This is 2025. Equipment malfunction? Well, what type of equipment are you using? Mattel? The little kid toys? Tyco? No. I'm very displeased. I'm not happy about that situation. I am very glad that those people survived and made it out safe because it was upside down. But I am not happy about that shit because the American people did not sign up for that. And I really think James Youngblood, Dave from No Compromise, Erica, Shawnee, Tasho, I really believe that there's somebody behind this that is not happy with the Trump administration and going to do false flags and do bullshit like this. And you mean, Warren, that wasn't it's not about a false flag. How does that happen? I want them to explain it. Explain it to the American people. How does the landing gear have a problem? How? It was okay when we took off, and now that we landed, it's an issue. Explain what the issue is. That's all I'm saying. Explain it. Because I bet you if it's a black pilot, that nigga would be fired. And guess what? They would be blaming it all on his punk ass. So when it's the dominant society, we just supposed to look the other way. No. We don't believe you. You need more people. Delta, that's a no-no. Delta around here acting like the Teslas. Now, enough is enough, Delta. Don't play the bullshit. Hold yourselves accountable. Those people up there, I thought it was fake. People up there hurrying up and I'm glad somebody recorded that. People up there, and somebody was like, hey, let's go, let's get out. You know, and I'm proud of them. You know, that's what I mean about being American. We know what to do. We know about fight or flight. We've been conditioned for this, but we need accountability now, because that's not something that you play with. Sorry. That's not something you play with. You don't play with the American people like that. You don't just, the landing gear was messed up. Then we need somebody to come out there and sit with Congress, and all those people that was at that plane should be sitting front row looking at the CEO of Delta and being like, so why did that happen? Because now I'm afraid to fly for the rest of my life because of the traumatization of your plane malfunctioning. So what are you going to do that will ensure safety measures for the American people? Remember this. Don't think that this can't be done at the expense of the American people because people are not happy with the Trump administration. I'm done. Guilty. Peace.